As promised, here is the remainder of my arrangement, solo instrumental guitar arrangement of that song written by the classical romantic era brilliant composer Franz Schubert, and commonly referred to as Ave Maria, due to the religious lyrics that were later set to the original tune by Schubert. And as we did last time, we're going to be doing the minstrel style tremolo picked melody on top of chords, and we're going to be picking it up in bar 17, where we left off on the E chord, going into what you could call the tune's bridge, and then which leads back to a brief restatement of the original melody, and then an outro that kind of recalls the intro chord progression, except for this time we're doing with the tremolo picking high chord voicings. And again, I'm using a clean electric guitar, neck pickup on, tone dimed out on 10, and tremolo picking on a kind of a 45-degree angle, slicing into the strings. Here we go. Bar 17 on this E chord, that was the end of the first half. Slight pause, then we go to an E7 chord. Okay, what I did there, I very carefully, this is subtle, I muted the unused A string with the tip of my middle finger so I could just strum over all 6 strings. You definitely do not want to hit that A note because that will mar your performance big time. So you could also, if you want, just try to hop over that when you go. You want to play it safe, right? You do that, or you do both. I would say mute the A string with the tip of your middle finger and hop over it. This way you're guaranteed you're not going to hit that sour A note. Okay, same thing. When you play this A over E chord, you can hop over the A string or mute it with the tip of your middle finger as it's fretting the D string at the 7th fret. And another thing here, stepping back to the second measure here. Notice how I borrowed the middle finger from the 6th fret? I let go of that. I sacrificed that ringing chord tone so I could just leave these 2 ringing. As opposed to going, if I just slid the pinky back, then you lose all the chord tones, right? I mean, it doesn't really matter. It's still ringing in your mind's ear. And as I mentioned in the previous segment, if you use a generous amount of concert hall reverb, it's going to kind of help create this wash, you know? Okay, so use the middle finger. Then back to the E7 again. Again, glossing over that A string that you don't want to hit. Borrowing the middle finger. That's like a diminished shape, a D diminished shape, but I'm calling it C#7, flat 9. A jazz harmony, they use that. But classical, they were starting to do that too. Yeah. Okay, reach up the 12th fret, settle on an F# minor chord. Now, your tremolo picking, you know, you always got to be careful when you're switching to a different string when tremolo picking is You have to slightly adjust your pick posture. And then just E voicing. Then a full C sharp 7 bar chord. And you add the pinky there, Beatles style bar chord, 7th chord. And then you go to this B sus4. This is cool. I included the open B string in there. So you have the fretted B, the F sharp, the open B. Make sure it's not accidentally obstructed by the underbelly of your ring finger here. Resolving to B minor, D major 7, D6, and then you get some more diminished chords. I might have to bar that. Yeah, that's the end of the bridge. Going back to those diminished chords for a second. So you got D major 7, bar that one. This one, yeah, probably not bar because you got to backtrack there to get those notes, and then get into that E shape, E7. Slight pause, and now we're back to the final A section recap. I love that F sharp minor 6, sublimely beautiful. Okay, now this time, in the beginning part, I went, played the A over E like that, and then E13 like that, but now for added grandeur, I decided to hit the open low E string. So we're going. Notice how I snuck that in there? I went. It's kind of like a piano player. There's a chord voicing that's way beyond the range of your fingers. You use a sustain pedal and you go bum, bum, bum. You know? So. But here, it's very important. You have these open, you have these two landmines here that you do not want to step on, right? The open A and open D string, you do not want to hit them. That will completely spoil your performance. A, F sharp minor 6. I am muting the D string, the unused D string, with the side of my index finger here, but you got to watch out for the A. So notice I'm hopping over. And then you let that low E ring. You don't have to pick it again, you just go. E13. Back to that A chord that we started with, and now we're doing these high inversions, a little bit of a stretch. A, another A. I'm muting the G string with the underbelly of my middle finger. A7. This is recalling the intro chord progression that we did with slow arpeggios, but now we're using D, D minor. You're using the tremolo picking, back to A, and then right back down, nice soft landing. It's like a lullaby, right? It's like, coming to a rest on that final A note. The melody actually ends an original. And then the accompaniment continues with the. It does the intro again. I'm playing it a little fast now, but you know, that's how it goes. So the last 5-6 bars of the piece originally were just the piano playing those arpeggios and that last melody note ending there, but I thought it was cool to go. Notice these are all muted string chords. The G string is muted, so I can just strum over the top 5 strings with the pick and downstroke. If you wanted to, you can end it like this. Get that low C sharp in there for some added warmth and thickness. Now, as I mentioned in the previous segment, tremolo picking, you know, if you're not used to it, it's a little weird and you can get tired, you get fatigued, right? But so give it a rest, shake it out. Learn, get the grips, the chord shapes under your fingers first. Play the tune without tremolo picking, like this. try to get real soft there at the end too. Dynamics are so important. In classical music especially, they don't use any noise gates or compressors, right? Everything is extreme dynamics. And yeah, so learn it like that and then add a tremolo picking. And next time you go to a party or Renaissance fair or whatever, you're playing in a restaurant or something, play this tune, and I think people will really appreciate it because it's got some gorgeous harmonies, and it's fun and self-contained, doesn't require any accompaniment.